As we begin, hello everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Welcome, welcome. Man, life's a struggle, isn't it? Jesus. You know, what did I have to do today? It's been a crazy day so far. Today it's been busy, busy as usual. Dropped off one child, go pick up another, and um, it's just time to take my one son. He had some stuff to do. I won't air his dirty laundry anyways. So, but had some things that we had to do, and he had to do, not me, but I was his escort. I was his Uber. Let's put it that way, as his Uber. But I mean, you sit back and you take a look at everything and how things are going. And it's funny. If the just how life is evolving and things, if listen to the news, and if they deem you as a bad guy, then you're a bad guy. If they deem you as a good guy, even though you've done bad shit, then you're the good guy. And I find that so funny. It's even if after somebody has redeemed themselves, or somebody who has repented and cleaned up their act, they can still bring up something and they want to throw it in your face. Well, you did this and you did that. And it's interesting to see how that gets played out in the news. And I'm noticing it more and more and more. And I'm noticing a lot of regurgitation of shit that keeps coming up that's been around for eons. And but people keep regurgitating, or it keeps coming and popping up over social media and stuff. And I think that people are getting don't have anything else to talk about. Maybe that's it. um with a lot of the shenanigans that are going on within the world around us, and trying to get you into their shenanigans, get you into their shenanigans, and start um, playing in their playground, where it's coming back, trying to figure out what you need for you. And I said to Steve, I said, it's um how the kids, like my daughter Olivia, she earns pretty good money, and she lives in not low end, it's co-op housing. She lives in co-op housing, so she doesn't have to pay a lot. Very nice place that she lives in and stuff. But for her, paying for her place and her child and everything, I mean, she's having a hard time doing it, and keeping up with her loans and everything else. And I'm like, so that's the way everybody's feeling. Everybody's starting to feel the pinch, and the pinch is getting tighter. The pinch is getting harder. The pinch is hurting more. It's like, it might be just the first little one that you just said, oh yeah, that hurts, but then it starts really getting to the end, those end pinches. Those ones that really hurt, especially the ones on the inside of your leg. It's like, oh, don't even touch me there. uh you know that's how what people are starting to feel. And it's getting to become more and more. And I feel that as we are trying to create our abundance and create what it is that we want to create, it is where you really have to strive in order to step forward to manifest this. This is where you're going to find that you may want to throw in the towel, but you can't throw in the towel. You still got to keep putting those steps in front of yourself, and doing what it is that you need to do. Lately, I've been putting up a lot of short videos, and that's because I'm learning how to make short videos. So I'm just plastering them up. Well, not plastering. I've maybe put up about 4. That's not plastering, but learning how to do short videos. So why? Because people have short attention spans. So creating more of that kind of content, here it is, this is what it is. And the thing is that you have to create several different ones. You can't always have the same one going all the time. So you have to create several different ones in order for things to keep engaging people, because of course people's attention span is very, very short. So people love to scroll. That's why slot machines do so well. It runs on a part of your brain and gets the brain like, ooh, what's next? What's next? And the same with scrolling. It's a very similar effect on the brain. So this is why, learning how to create shorts, learning how to utilize, learning how to utilize different things. But again, this is a process. And a lot of times people want it, again, they want it quick. They want everything to happen now. And I know it seems like I'm going from one story to another story on this, but there is reasoning. There's always reasoning. But this is where, we're heading into this um, land of great accusations on people, like accusing people of things, accusing people of, because they don't like you, so we're gonna bring up this, because we don't like you, but we like you, so we're gonna ignore yours. So it's coming forth where we really have to pay attention to any and all our insights, and this is a bringing in a realization of our dreams, opportunities for expansion. And especially when it comes into anything to do with our income and work, career, health, finances, and abundance. Even though Mercury's retrograde right now, we do have a trine with the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter trine that's there, and it's completing. It's completing. Yeah, it's been unfolding since Monday, but it's completing today. To know that this is going to take some work in order for us to revamp who we are, to really looking at the openings or the opportunities incoming, and that they can be very powerful at this time, but we got to follow them up with some action. So, and that's because we have Mars forward. So we have to look at what are the action plans that we're going to take, but it's not going to be a quick fix. And this is where you're going to find that not everybody's going to like what it is that you're going to do, or they might bring something up from the past and start clobbering you with it, whatever it is. And I remember a few years ago when a group of people just decided to pick on me because I was associated with somebody else or whatever it was, but because I taught voodoo in the past and I've done things to do with things, because voodoo interests me, because it's a very interesting religion, brought in from the slaves, and they because a lot of their gods aligned with the Catholic Church, Jesus and all the saints and stuff. So they really integrated that in, the voodoo and hoodoo. So I found it extremely interesting, and some of the beauty of it all. But anyways, a lot of people didn't think I should be talking about it or doing anything about it because I'm white. And that's the thing. It's like that's the way people, a lot of people are. It's like, we don't like you because of this, or we don't like you because of that. And then they want to bring it back up and try and hold it over you. But this is where you gotta, you know, allow yourself to take that stand and allow yourself to do the things you need to do, especially with the energies of all the retrogrades. The retrogrades are really getting you to hunker down and do the work that you need to do. Some of the things that I've been feeling, you know, and associations that are happening, I just feel like I can see them crumbling for whatever reason. And also when it comes to, there's something weird. I got to say, there's something weird about, I can see the markets, I can see them, but they're also going to be like a meeting place, some of these markets, like a meeting place. But that's maybe where people might want to go to get deals. And now some of these marketplaces aren't going to be the marketplaces where people pay crazy, like $100 for a 1-day event. It to me is ridiculous. But again, they have to watch their overhead and everything else. But $100 to me is a lot of money for a 1-day event in a market. It's one of those things. But of course, but I feel like there's going to be some kind of markets or like being set up to bring in community. I don't think it's these ones here are going to finish up. But the thing is that people got to bring something of value, bringing things of value of what people are going to be needing. And that's the whole thing. It's like, what is it that you are going to be bringing that's going to bring people value in their life that they're willing to um, let go of their money in their wallet? So you got to look at what are the things that you can bring of value, and it's not going to be the little trinkets and things like that. Those are going to be nice, nice little things, but a lot of people are going to be looking for things of value, of what means of value to them. And that's why, I brought up earlier, about some people are going to say things about other people and not forgive them, but then when somebody else does maybe the exact same things, forgive them for whatever reason. But this is where the energies are. I know it's just, I'm trying to get this message out of what I'm trying to say, and it's so difficult because there's such mixed messages in so many things. Anyways, let's move on. I don't know. I know my head's all over the place right now. Anyways, the thing is one of the things is with Cirrus. Cirrus is this beautiful energy of this goddess, and she does square with Pluto, and she's in Libra. And Cirrus is also opposed with Eris. And this is where it's saying, you have to take notice that, of challenges that you have, the challenges that you have within the family dynamics and with the people that you have around. That's probably where this other energy that I keep feeling, it's like you got to really watch the dynamics and really pay attention to them, and they're going to be challenging. Family is going to be challenging, and it's not just blood family, it could be other forms of family that you have. So there's big challenges that are going to be coming up with that. And Pluto, since he is a little bit slower moving, that means this energy really is going to the root chakra, and that's a whole part of this too, because this is an unstabilization of the tribal community that we are going to be feeling as this month progresses, and an unstabilization. So that's where I think people are going to hook on to, you know different energies or different people. So I think there's going to be this huge unstabilization of a lot of things in the world right now and within our own lives, and it has to do with the family dynamics. And this is going to bring in where we really have to take notice of this. And this is where it's revealing a lot of what's beneath the surface and things that have been ignored or denied or swept underneath the carpet. So when you start taking things that have been swept underneath the carpet for a long time, it's unearthing. And some things you might accept that are there, some things you might not accept. So it's revealing where, the balances are out of balance and where things are unfair or undressed. And that again, that's going back to what I was saying before. So the point of revealing this is can honestly look at it and decide what we need to do about it, what we need to look at. And it's very important to look at where is Libra in your chart. Look at Libra in your solar chart. Libra is not only your soul, but add an ascendant chart. So adds a deeper layer. So especially if you have a lot of Libra energy in your chart, I mean, you could have a Libra sun, you could have a Libra ascendant, a Libra moon, you could have all three. So this is looking at the deeper layers for you to take a peek and to listen to what is really happening within your own world around you. And I can see this, as again, this is, I'm going to bring in my baby, seeing all the things that are being uncovered. And this was a hell week for him. I feel it was. I can just feel that, where things are that have he's swept underneath the carpet, the feelings he has had, coming up and acknowledging a lot of the feelings that he has. And I think that comes with a lot of things within the world. A lot of things are being revealed. And this is where it's like, oh, well, I don't take you credible because you've done this in the past, but this person over here has done practically the same thing, but we're going to take them as being credible. So, and take their credentials. And this is where we have to come in with our discernment. This is where we really have to come in deep within our own lives and look at things within our own lives. And what's being unveiled, because things are I feel like unshaky. Things are undeniably really through the loop. That's all I'm going to say. Things are going through the loop. And we're seeing those who we may have trusted begin to fall. Those that we have put our upstanding, or we thought that there was something, great about them. But as my father said, nobody's infallible. We're all human beings. We all make mistakes. So don't always put your full trust into the person. Always put your faith and trust in God, because God is the only constant. So when you look at the energies and you look at the world around you, you got to look at, where am I putting my faith? Am I putting my faith in man, or am I putting my faith in my God? And putting, in that. And that's where, again, people get all their panties in a knot when you say the word God, especially within the pagan community. It's because they had such faith in man. They had such, had put their trust, for whatever, there could have been a child, a teenager, or whatever, put their trust in that person or that persons that belonged to a certain organization or group or what have you. But the trust was not within the higher self, was not within the higher and the higher beings. And that's where this energy is coming in. It's to have the trust within the higher realms. And in trusting in the higher realms, that means you have to put your nose to the grindstone and you got to do the work. There is no spiritual bypassing this. There is no thinking, oh, fuck it. I'm just, I'm going to try and do a quick pass. This energy is coming in. There is no quick pass, because the work that you're doing today, the work that you are trying to create today, and having that trust and faith in your divine, because it's leading you, is going to pay off in so many ways. It may not pay off in 6 months. It's not going to pay off maybe in 8 months. It may not pay off for a year or maybe 2 years. And that's going to be a hard blow for people to take, because they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait that long. But this is the unfolding of the new realms. This is unfolding of what is being created, and what you are doing today and what you are creating today is going to be what you are going to be holding on to in the next couple of years. And that's why I say markets are going to be weird. So those who do markets, and I know a lot of people that follow me do markets are going to be weird. They're going to be where you got to make sure that whatever you're delivering something that is of value to the people. And you might think that your little trinkets or your little crocheted puppy dogs are of value, but when somebody has $10, this is how I'm going to put it. Somebody has $10. They're needing some help in dealing with whatever. So this is when they go to a market. Most of the markets I'm thinking of are like pagan markets or things like that. They're wanting to bring something into their home that's going to help them. So what's going to help them? It could be that you have a kit with a special prayer or something that they can start to create and start to do with instructions on it. That could be something of value to them. If you're selling something that's, crocheted or whatever, no offense to anybody's crocheting, by the way, but if you're selling that, what will that do? Well, this is going to help you to bring in the prosperity and abundance. How is that going to do it? Well, there's the herbs and stuff, and this is what we do with it. So things like that could be very helpful to people, because it's giving them something. That's the kinds of things that people are going to be needing in the next little while. They're going to be needing something that's going to help them to get to the step by step. That's why I'm doing my vision board, the vision board virtual retreat. The reason I'm doing it, it's helping you to give you the 5, really more than 5, but the biggest 5 steps in creating, in manifesting. And what are those steps that I need to do into creating what I need to create? Because if you're wanting to create the big bank account, you're wanting to create the beach house or what have you, because that's what a lot of people put on their boards. I know I do. Maybe you have something else, but how are you going to create it? What are you going to do to create that? There has to be a step by step. That's the way the world works. unless you win the lottery, and then you're going to have to learn how to deal with all that money. What does that mean to deal with all the money? Anyways, but there's this energy of having to learn and learning to do it. That's what Mercury is trying to create for us. It's creating for us to learn how to utilize our energies to be of service, to do the things that we need to do in order to create a good harvest, to create the balance. And with that South Node in Libra can get us into where we dwell on things that we don't need to be dwelling on so much, or over analyzing things for too long, and not making the choices that we need to make right now. And we do have that Venus energy, which is direct, and she is conjunct with Juno, that's coming up this weekend, which is about commitment. Juno's the goddess of commitment. I mean, she's married to Zeus, who's a real dick, who went and fucked around on her all the time. But she knew in marrying him that she became the queen of all the goddesses. She is Juno. She is the one, right? So she's the ruler. So she knew this, and she stayed with her commitment. And this is where it's like the focus on what brought you to the relationships and the commitments and the processing around our wants versus our needs, which is Juno. So what is our wants and, and our needs? So this is our partnership and collaborations. What is it that we need from this? What did Juno need from Zeus? What does Venus want? Venus wants a lot of nice things, she does, but it's like, in doing that, you got to be super clear on where you are or are not living from your truth in your heart. Where are you not living that? And that is a huge one for people, because people will start to point fingers. This is really taking that 100% responsibility on where you are in your life and how you got there. You could blame the taxman. You could blame the government. You could blame whoever, whatever. You can blame your mom, dad, Uncle Paul, whoever it is. You can blame all these people. But when you sit down and you start really looking at your life and look at the decisions that you've made decisions. Decisions have consequences on what you have done. And how are you going to change that? How are you going to come into really living on your truth? Right? How is that? What does that look like? And that's taken 100%. That's not to blame or to degrade or pull you down, but this is really to get you to say, I got here because, I made certain decisions in my life. Like when I was let go, I made a decision to take that demo thing home and drink it at home. It was the wrong decision, but I made that decision. This is the consequences that happen from it. This is what you have to look at. So a decision that you made to not pay your insurance or not pay for something, well, this is the consequences from it. Doesn't mean you don't have to pay it. You don't have to pay your rent, do you? You don't have to pay your mortgage. You do, because why? Because there are consequences with what happens when you don't. And then there'll be consequences that you're going to have to pay later. So when you look at things that you've done, you may have done things consciously or unconsciously, you may not really paid much attention to it, but there's a reason for it. And that's where this energy is coming in. And when this energy comes in for us to really look at our own lives, how do you want to live differently? And you can say, well, the economy's fucked. They're going to go to a digital currency and they're going to be doing all that. Yeah, they are. Okay, they are. Good, fine. That's what they are. But what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there and just not do anything? Or are you going to start saying, how can I start preparing and making my life differently? What are those steps that I need to do? Maybe I need to get up earlier and start jogging. What kind of foods do I want? Well, maybe I'm going to start whatever. I'm going to eat salad more, or what, these are the things I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start creating, those little videos and stuff. I need to learn how to do it. Well, who, I've been following different people on YouTube, and I finally found, a couple. I like these guys because they explain things in more the way I can understand them in order for me to create more of what it is that I want to create. Right? That's the work. That's the work. That's the work for me. So what's the work for you? What is it that you are wanting to do? You want to get out of debt? You want to pay your bills? Well, then you're going to have to come up with some new plan in your life to do it. It's because on average, people who just go out and just pay their credit card off, chances are, on average, within 6 months, they've got it racked up again. So you have to come up with a different plan. What is that different plan? Well, I need to listen to some economists. Maybe I need to take a course on how to reinvest my money. What is it? Maybe I need to understand the psychology of money and what it is and how I think about money. Do I have a fear of money? What is that fear? Where does that fear stem from? You know, these are the little things that, okay, that's what I need to take for myself, right? So it's in doing that helps you to change the step-by-steps of what you are creating to have in your life more. And doing those step-by-steps is getting you to where in the next year to 2 years, you're not sitting in that same spot and hanging on. That's what this is trying to do for us. That's what this energy is trying to create for us. And in understanding that, now when I look at where my Libra is, okay, so it's important for you to find out where is Libra in your chart, having an understanding of where that is, then have an understanding of really how I am manifesting this energy within my life. Hence, that's why I'm doing the vision board, because I'm putting part of my journey club in the vision board. Now, many of you have taken my journey club. You know, it's where I get you to think about what it is that you're doing. Think about what it is that you are wanting to create and how you are creating it. It's one of those things. And sometimes it's like, no, I don't want to think that. I don't want, it's rewiring this. And this isn't easy to rewire because it's been mapped out since the age of 3 to 9. So from 3 to 9, or even from 0 to 9, your brain has been mapped out. And now you are unmapping it because that mapping of whatever's been instilled with you is there. And now whatever age, you got to think for the last 59 years, this is the way I've been thinking. Holy shit, I got to got to go through all of this. Even though I thought I had it, yeah, there's still shit that needs to be unmapped. So this is where I find, like, especially within society, people are really going to find a lot of craziness. They're going to find where things are going to be revealed, maybe some of the things they don't want revealed in their life. Right? And to see what's being unveiled in their world and within their relationships and within their family. Some of it's going to be good. Some of it isn't going to be so good. Some of it's going to be, okay, I accept this and I forgive you because I can see the work that you're doing. You know, I see the work that my youngest son is doing comparatively to what the work my older son is doing. I have no idea. I haven't heard from him since April of 2021. So I don't know. So that's over a year, 2 years. Yeah. So I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he is changing, or he is doing something. Whew. The Knight of Michaels. That flew out the other day. So the Knight of Michaels is coming in. So it's about committed. What are you committed to? What is the energy that you're committed to go forward? Because things are going to move extremely quickly. That's where it's at. Even with this retrograde energy, there are going to be things that are going to just move. And with that movement comes the Empress. So there is abundance that's going to come in with all of this. And what that abundance is. So it's time to make the plans. What are the plans that you are wanting to make to create the abundance you are wanting? What are those steps that you are wanting to create? What is 1? What is 2? What is 3? In, you know, again, in what I'm doing and in the booklet I'm creating, we go through these different steps of the different areas of your life. So you can start taking a look and then writing it down, and writing it down makes you being accountable for it. Right? So in comes the 3 of Raphael, means there's a celebration with it. So there's celebration, bringing in the community, bringing in friendships, bringing in those that do support you, that are going to be there for you. That's so important. That's so important. And a double 3. So we got double 3s, triple 3s. Empress is 3, 3 of Raphael, 3 of Gabriel. So we have triple threes that are coming forward. That's, triple threes are bringing forth the energies of not only the angels, but also bringing in the energies of the ascendants. So this is, with 333, this is the awakening. This is the progress. This is the encouragement. This is bringing in the harmony with the divine and the needs to trust in oneself and one's purpose. So it's incorporated more balance into your life. How can you create the more balance in what it is that you're wanting to do? How are you self-correcting? How are you meditating and working towards your goals? This is where this, energy is coming in, and this is bringing in, what is that benefit not only for yourself but for those around you. So 333 comes in with a very powerful energy for you all. So there you go. If you're wanting to book a reading, get a hold of me, Mary June Tracy at Gmail or at .com. You can do it at gmail.com. I'll still get it. But you can go to the gurumama at gmail.com and email me if you want to book a reading, or you can definitely DM me either on Instagram or Facebook. I will get the message. I'm pretty good at getting back to people. So if you are wanting to do that, and if you're wanting to, there's also the Ghostly Pub Tour. So that's coming up at the end of the month. I know some people said online they're going to go. So I'm going to confirm with people in the next week. And what else? The vision board. So the vision board, and that's $130 for the 2 days. And there's payment plans. If you want to put it out over 4 weeks or something like that, let's do it. And create that vision board for yourself. So, and I'm helping you to give the tools and the steps in creating that and how that's important. It's not just a vision board, really. It's more of a workbook. We're going through a workbook. That's what we're going to be doing, is we're working through the workbook. And the workbook's fun. It's a fun workbook. It's not a boring workbook. So, sending you guys out so much love. Thank you for staying with me and having me explain what's in my head. It's a crazy thing. I missed a lot of this going. I'm going to have to rewatch the replay. Yeah. So a lot was me trying to figure out what's going on in my head. But yeah, so just, step by step, people, we're going to get through this, but it's going to start getting gnarlier and gnarlier, as this weekend and into next. Blessings to you all. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Thank you for being a part of my community. And we're going to put some rock and roll on. We're going to rock it out as we're into the weekend. So let's rock it out, baby. Bye-bye. See you guys. Let's rock it out.